Hello and happy new year to you wherever you are in the world. I hope 2026 brings you plenty of joy and happiness and hopefully a better year in gaming and everything else for 2026 than we had in 2025. Maybe another delay for GTA 6? We'll find out soon. So this then relating to Final Fantasy XIV Online, Yoshi P has visited, as is customary. Each year, Yoshi P visits a particular server on the Japanese data centers to actually take some Q&A questions before logging off, wishing players a happy new year. Specifically then, we're here on the Live Door blog, Live Door Japan website. And of course, this is somewhere that's collated this information. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known about it. So a link in the description will take you here. It is in Japanese. We're using the Google Translate, which is not perfect, to translate many of these things. So citation needed for much of it, and especially reading into some of the points. But effectively, we're talking about Q&A towards 2026 and the future. So Yoshi P went to Costa del Sol on Pandemonium server. And the first question then, Yoshi P, what's the concept for the next Ultimate? This was a question that was answered. The concept for the next Ultimate is, quote, meta, end quote, I guess. I'm sure you'll understand more once you play the game, lol. So once we unveil more. Meta. So we could read into this for the next Ice Age. Is this a meta concept? In terms of like the concept of reality itself? Is this ASEAN related as an ultimate? A lot of people have been hoping for more stuff down that route, perhaps Hades' involvement with the concepts. We could read into the word meta for as long as we want, but really we're not going to get a true answer until we get information on a live letter. But hopefully it is exciting, because it's always fun to watch people do the world first for that. Please make some fat Chocobo merchandise. Yoshi P says, I'm thinking of some fat Chocobo merchandise, but is there anything you'd like to have? I want a fat Chocobo hoodie, says someone. I appreciate the idea for a fat Chocobo, for fat Chocobo merchandise. So there we go. There's probably going to be a fat Chocobo hoodie at some point. See the dichotomy of these questions. What's the next Ultimate? Can we have a fat Chocobo hoodie? Please make cockatiel minions, someone said. Okay, cockatiel, I'll let you know. The parakeet person in charge will surely cry tears of joy. Basically, people in charge of minions. I'm sorry, but this is hilarious. The Google Translate is so bad. But yeah, so basically a cockatiel minion might exist in the future. Do you have a favorite background music in the Arcadian Raid series? Yoshi P says, I'd have to say Everything Burns is the best, but I also really like the second layer this time, and the third layer from last time, but I don't remember the name of the song. Yeah, so I actually really like the 10th boss fight song as well, actually. There's some really good bangers of music in the Arcadian. I would love to see an official OST, like Blu-ray or a CD released. I'm sure they will capitalize on that now. They've got all of the songs out. I would love to hear all of those in the car when I go and do my daily activities. I'm sure you would too. When will tickets for the FanFest go on sale? Will there be more ways to use Gil? So there's a two-toned question. Please wait a little longer for tickets to Makuhari to go on sale, so the Japanese FanFest. But for the second question, we're thinking of ways to use Gil, but please wait a little longer. If we use too much Gil, the gap between new players and newcomers will be and veterans will be large, so we're considering a wide range of options. So yes, there'll be more Gil syncs probably added as we go forward. But at the same time, they're thinking about, the new players having less Gil, that kind of thing. So we'll have to see what they come up with. Last time we had like the golden Makoshi and golden sheep mounts, that kind of stuff. So probably something along those lines. About the Beastmaster. So Yoshi P says, the implementation of the Beastmaster is progressing well, so we'll provide more details in the live letters. So please wait a little longer. This is scheduled for 7.5x content, isn't it? So sometime later next year. Will cloud hair be added to Viera? What's the next costume equipment? We are planning to add cloud hair to Viera, so please wait. So the Cloud Strife hairstyle. And we are also planning a catfish body, so the Namazu body. We've got a Namazu headpiece, if you remember, that's just a head replacer, but we never got a chest piece, so we could never really fulfill our Namazu dreams. Not properly. A lot of people try and use like the swine body and things, but it's not the same. We want some catfish flippers. It seems we're getting that soon, so I'm excited. Then there's a little off-topic one about a mouse. I can't afford the Logitech G600. Do you have a good mouse? Is the G13 still around? Lol. Also, please remove the job restriction on mannequins. Yoshi P says, I understand the G600's life or death issue. I'll see if there's anything I can do. He laughs. Okay. The mannequin job restriction has been lifted. Okay, there we go. Right, so again, people complaining about the... I think that this mouse has been discontinued by Logitech, hasn't it, the G600, which is a real crying shame. A lot of people are having to try and find other MMO mice. My recommendation is not to go anywhere near Razer. Their Naga is awful. I've broke like 6 of those things. I'm currently using a... what is this? A Steel Series, whatever that one is, with the 12 buttons on the side. It's actually really good, and it hasn't broken yet, and it's been like a year and a half. So, yeah, that's what I would recommend. But yeah, there we go. Will there be an equipment design contest? Additional information, we would like to hold a contest, so wait a little longer. So there will be a future equipment design contest, so if you're budding glamour designers, that's coming soon. Please dye the Ultima Horn. The Ultima Horn is okay. Merchandise is also okay. The live letter plushie is a prototype, so it will probably be released. I don't know what this means. I've run this through a couple of different translations. I have no idea what they're talking about. There we go. Mr. Yoshida, please remove the buff limit. This is a big one. And please add glamour slots. The buff limit is especially for fields, right? We're trying various methods, so we'll let you know when we have a plan. The glamour slots will be added after the housing furniture is also supported. So if you didn't know, 7.5 is supposed to be the housing patch. Expansion of housing slots, potential ability to change a small interior into a large interior. That was something they talked about. That's supposed to be in 7.5. So that means that at some point in the future, we're getting more glamour slots. So that might be a feature of the next expansion, or maybe a 0.5 patch or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. But the fact that they're adding more glamour slots, that's good. Hopefully plates as well. Will there be any flying unit mounts that appeared in Nier Raid? Requests for various items and mounts are welcome. I'll take a screenshot and let you know. Okay, cool. I think this person's onto something. I think we need not the Gabrielle mount. It's not the same, but we need the Nier flight suit. It's not the same, guys. Stop saying it's the same. It really isn't the same. We need the flight suit from Nier. We really do. It'd be cool. Are there plans to add character skin tones? We have had plans for things related to character skin, so please wait. This kind of affirms to me that 8.0 is going to be even more of a customization update. They mentioned before more character customization and control over what your character looks like. So I'm guessing 8.0 is going to be the turning point and the main selling point for character creation. Cannot wait to see what they come up with. Will there be a Switch version released? Please look forward to the Switch version. So this is about Switch 2. They also mentioned about this before. I believe this is mistranslated. It was talking about Switch 2. Yeah, I mean, Yoshi P has not declined the idea of a Switch 2 version, just not given any information. So please look forward to it, I guess. Are there any plans for Regional Fates? Regional Fates 2, I'd like something similar to an event. So more of those. Can you make it so that all minions can move on their own without a title? So currently there's the Mammotier collection title. If you remember, you toggle that on and you can trigger emotes with that by poking them and stuff like that. Yoshi B says, sorry, could you please explain the meaning of self-movement in more detail without a title? He cries. Does that mean anywhere? Is it limited to housing or something? In short, I think they're free to roam, but it's obviously not possible for them to walk the entire area. So I'd like to know what you think. I'm fairly sure Yoshi P didn't understand the question, as far as I can tell. So yeah, maybe they're just not aware of the fact that you have to put a certain title on to force emotes. Maybe that's just us that know that. I don't know. I don't know. Equipment gets buried depending on hairstyle. Is there a way to... Oh, this is talking about clipping. Is there a way to deal with the problem of clothing penetrating? If you try to control hairstyles from penetrating equipment, you end up having to restrict the equipment designs. True. So I would appreciate if you could accept this. In return, I'll do my best to create flexible hairstyles. No! Our dreams for a long hairstyle have faded. Hopefully they do both, right? A little bit of clipping equals longer hairstyles, please. I would like that. Is it possible to change the size of a wooden mantis in specific fields? Are the wooden mantises small? What is a wooden mantis? I'm having a great time. Happy New Year. What is a wooden mantis? I think I need to sip less of this drink. Is it not that the wooden mantis is small, but rather the size of a target? Oh, target dummy. I'm like, what is a wooden mantis? That translation error, though. So, thank you, Google. So they're talking about, is there a way to change the size of the hitbox, the target circle hitbox, on a target dummy? Right. Different sizes of wooden mantises should be fine for housing, but it might be difficult for normal fields. Maybe it would work for circles. So something they're considering. I don't know why it said wooden mantises. That's so weird. But yeah, basically talking about the idea of changing the size of hitboxes on target dummies. That's what that is. Also, if you could implement a function for the die palette to store die materials all at once, like the quick panel, this time, it would make the item slots smoother. That guy needs a raise who asked that. I'm thinking about something related to die palettes, Yoshi P says, but please wait for a while. Dude, imagine if they make it so that you can store dies within the glamour dresser. Or better yet, remove the dies from the game and have it similar to how you have faceware. So when you click on a piece of faceware, you get to choose the color of it there and then. So just have it as like just a clicky button. You don't need the physical item, and then it's just a yes or no checkbox in the coding, right? Rather than actually having to have the possession of the die. We'll have to see what he comes up with, though, but more die-related information coming soon. Very excited. I would be so happy, the next person says, if there was a service that allowed you to make acrylic stands of your own characters. I would love to take them to the Eorzea Cafe. Oh. Yoshi says, it's been a long time dream of mine to have my character turned into an acrylic stand or figure, so I'd like to do something about it. I'll let you know if there's any progress, but that's all for now. But I've taken screenshots of the other requests I've received, so I'll consider them positively. Somebody says, give Yoshida more sleep. Producers, Yoshi's sleep time doesn't look like it's going to get any longer. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll be careful not to catch a cold. Spending New Year like this with all the 14 players every year is the best thing. So I'll do my best to keep doing this and to make it even more enjoyable for you all. Vowing to make even greater strides this year. Thank you so much, everyone. This year I'll work hard with unwavering determination to make even greater strides. So please look forward to the evolving Final Fantasy XIV. Once again, Happy New Year. I hope this year will be the best year for you all. And there we go. There's a little screenshot of all of the text. So yeah, apart from my confusion about what a wooden mantis was, but it's actually just target dummies and Google can't translate that for some reason. Well done, Google. There's some interesting things. Dies are probably going to be changed significantly. Clothing, clipping, a little bit disappointed in the answer. Flexible hairstyles is one thing, but I think clipping is just a way of the game at this point. I think they should just add more options, honestly, so people can choose if something is clipping or not. Yeah, at this point, you can't really change everything, can you, to suit one group or another. In an ideal world, nothing would clip, but that's not Final Fantasy XIV. In terms of skin tone, so again, all of this stuff is leaning towards a bigger 8.0 character creation overhaul that we kind of already knew about. It does excite me, though, quite honestly, and they are doing some significant work behind the scenes. So the buff limit, especially seeing the amount of buffs tracked on your buff bars, your debuffs and buffs, it would be nice to have that limit increased, and I'm sure they'll work on that. So there's some interesting bits and pieces, but the biggest one is the next ultimate is meta. I'll let you read into that as much as you want. Let me know what you think meta might mean for the next Ultimate. And we'll see who is right in the comment section. All right, have a good one. Happy New Year, wherever you are. Have a fantastic 2026. And I hope to be doing videos for you. And I love what I do. So thank you so much for your support over the year. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. See you next year.